Yes, yes, yes. What up? Beast Boxing Basement in the house. The Triple B, yeah. Coming at you with a new video on Team Lighty. So, excuse me. It's appropriate. Now, firstly, obviously, I want to big up all my fans that watch the show, that like, you know, all the kindnesses. I've only got like 3 haters, if you notice. And they're always aliases of Max Jenkins, Spencer the Failure Fearing, or the other bum, the Triple Graper. Yeah. You know, this is a Team Lighty edition, right? So what we saying, man? Well, I have to give a special big up to my man, the one, the only, Shane Bongos. Shane Bongos in the house. Now, obviously, he's been very generous donor to the channel, you know. And people got to recognize that they can't just rely on my man Shane. They got to give some love too. But yeah, whatever, man. Everybody do what they can. I just love the funds, the likes, you know. But yeah, man's got to give a big up to Shane Bongos in the house for, you know, he's at every live almost. The only live that he missed recently, yeah, was the Valentine's Day live. Why? Because man was taking care of business. Yeah, and we knew it. We were like going, is it a Team Lighty? Because Shane like a bit of Team Lighty. Is it a Team Lighty? Or is it Persian? I think it was Persian in the end. But yeah. My man likes a bit of torn in his woman. But yeah, so this is a Team Lighty edition, okay? A Team Lighty edition about boxing. It's boxing related, right? Now, I was just thinking, just randomly. I was like going, oh, you know, what's going on? What's going on in this game? Like, I just seen, you know, Connor Bum, his twin sister, India, right? India Benn. That's obviously Nigel Benn's daughter as well. Yeah, she's a Team Lighty, obviously. You know, if you're into that thing, she's pretty fly, man. Pretty fly. You know, Shane would be happy to take her out for real and take care of the business that. But, you know, we always look at, so India Benn, she's actually the twin of Connor Bum. She got married to some Australian Chad. Some Australian square-jawed white Chad in the house, man. You know, I quite like. I think she's got Instagram, and she's Ben's sister, but she doesn't like shout too much about her life, like Connor Bum does. But the girls, thinking about Ben, Nigel Benn, and Chris Eubank's kids, the girls don't shout, right? The girls seem quite chilled out and quite nice. They're nice to dogs. They got Chad boyfriends, yeah. And then white Chad boyfriends, but it's all the blokes always shouting, aren't they? But I think that's because, you know, their dad was a top boxer, right? And they wanted, you know, they got that thing. I'm gonna be a macho and a top boxer like my dad, Senior or Nigel. So I get it. But yeah, so there seems to be a lot of the Team Lighties, man. They seem to be grabbing. The Team Lighties seems to be getting grabbed by the white boy Chads, man. They're taking all the Lighties away, man. And like I said, especially in boxing. So we've got, obviously, Conor Bum's sister. We've got an Australian Chad, Emily Eubank. She's going out with that Frank Smith. Emily Eubank seems sweet, by the way. You know, she's nice to dogs and that kind of thing. You know, and there was some real disrespectful thing when Frank Smith said that she was punching above her weight. This is a bit disrespectful, but she took it well. So she seemed like a nice girl, but Frank Smith, you know, the fat guy, the fat guy. He's what is he? Eddie Hearn's biatch, his old T-boy or whatnot. But, you know, he must do a decent job. What the blood clot? Is that the police? Oh, nah. Yeah. So you know, he got Frank Smith, who suddenly started to look very fruity. You know, he'd always dress like a sort of slightly overweight kind of public school boy. You know what I mean? I don't know if he is, but he'd had that look. And now he's suddenly gone all fruity with these like weird fruity glasses, like the kind of glasses that Spencer the Failure Fearon wears, right? Yeah, Frank Smith performed a robbery and grabbed Emily Eubanks, right? So that's... and it doesn't end. You know David Gay, yeah? So you got a sister, right? David Gay. She's got this sister right now. Again, she keeps her head down. She doesn't like go shouting about herself, right? Yeah. So There's Louisa Hay. That's David Gay's sister. You know, your typical Lighty, you know, quite attractive and all that, curly-ish hair. Yeah, cafe latte skin and things. Yeah, so she's going out with that guy from Boxing News. You know, that bellend? Elliot Warsaw, right? Elliot. That's a whack name, innit? That's a fruity name, innit? Elliot from E.T. But Warsaw, or maybe Warsell? I suppose the Americans call it Warsell. Hey, Elliot Warsell. I call him Elliot Warsellout, because he is a sellout, like everyone else on Boxing News. Elliot Warsellout. That's what I'm talking about. And you know, he tries, if you read Boxing News, that's how I do, because there are some good articles in it now. You know, I would say Matt Christie has changed it a bit, so you get these solid articles that are good and about boxing, but they've also broken in Bate business, women's boxing, which is so cringe. I wouldn't buy it if I hadn't found a real cheap distributor and if I didn't need something to read in the bath. Yeah. So, Elliot War sellout. Yeah. He likes to get pretentious, you know. He imagines himself, don't he, as one of these big writers, like Hemingway or something. Whenever he starts off a boxing novel, he doesn't talk about boxing. He'll talk about, you know, a concept or something like that. He goes, they'd say about bullies that sometimes, you know, bullies have been bullied themselves. And this is how they protect themselves, or some nonsense like that. And he sort of waffles on for about 2-3 paragraphs, trying to be pretentious. And he talks about boxing, the bum. And he thinks he thinks he's real clever in that. Mate, you're average, fam. You're average, fam. You're mid blood. And the other thing is, he wrote a book on David Gay. Now, I don't know, I would never read a book on David Gay. You know, there's not a lot of books. Most boxing books are pretty whack, unfortunately. I have read some good ones, and I will do a video about which is the best boxing books to read. But yeah, you know, best boxing books to read, David Gay ain't one of them. I mean, I haven't read it. Like I said, will sell out. Elliot will sell out, right? You know, I wouldn't say he's the worst writer in the world. He's better than someone like Tris Dixon, who was terrible. Although he wrote some good books. I'll give him that. He did write some good books when he went talking about himself. Right? At least he boxed. I don't know what level. He was an amateur, right? Tris Dixon. He said, I went to America to try and all the best gyms trying to learn how to fight, and I found out I was a better writer than a boxer. Well, you're a terrible boxer, man. I see you on the pad. You're so whack. It takes courage. I'm sure that's a lie anyway. I'm sure he went over it again. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to train a bit and take some notes, and it'll turn up into quite a decent book. I'll give him that, man. But he always talks about himself. I this, I that. When he left Boxing News, all I wanted to do was be mentioned in Boxing News and do that. And I was. It's not about you, blood. Yeah, I've seen you on the pads. You are whack. He's a big lump. I'm sure he's useful in a fight. He was a bouncer too. Tris the bouncer. But yeah, forget about him. So Elliot War sellout. He basically got a book. So he's hanging around David Gay, right? And I can't remember quite how he got the in, right? How he got the in on the camp. Whether he worked for I think he worked for the camp, David A. camp, and he worked there. And he decided to write a book as well. But I think whilst he was there, guess what? He took a shine. He took a shine to Louisa Hay. Yeah, he took a shine to Louisa Hay. He took it further, man. It wasn't just a shine. He took it further, man. He started going out with her, chirping her up. Before you know it, he's going out with Louisa Hay. I don't know if they're married. I'm not that interested or that bothered, but yeah. So that's another oil driller or cafe latte driller. You know, another Lighty being slain by the white crackers out there, man. What go on with this, man? I mean, you know, and Shane Mungo slays them. I don't know about Lee Talks Boxing. I don't think a Lighty is dark enough, right, for Lee Talks Boxing. Anyway, and Caleb Plant. Of course, you got Caleb Plant married to now Jordan Plant. Now Jordan Plant, some TV presenter. You know, Caleb Plant grew up he's quite interesting to speak about the psychology of oil drilling, right? So Caleb Plant grew up in a completely white town. He's a good-looking guy, a Chad. Yeah, a good-looking guy, and he's a boxer. You know, I mean, it gets you kudos, don't it, boxing? And then obviously he's boxing now in all these tournaments around America. Now, in boxing, not a lot of white guys box, because the poor white guys are mainly living in trailer towns and in small towns, not in the inner city. Boxing's an inner city sport, really. You know, and after the Irish and the Italians moved out of the cities, they're not that many good white boxers just because it's not something they do. You know what I'm saying? They're more into MMA now, so if they're doing a fight, But anyway, yeah, Caleb Plant. So he would have been to loads of tournaments all around America, and he'd been the only white boy there. Like Kelly Pavlik, I got it as well. They'd rip him. Yeah, who got the white boy? Who's gonna get the win against the white boy? They would have rinsed him out endlessly. Now, of course, you can't cry racism if you're a white boy. You got to sit and take it. Kelly Pavlik, and I remember he's called the Ghost, Kelly the Ghost Pavlik, and this is how ridiculously politically correct the world and boxing is. Right? Now, they said the reason it's called a Ghost is because he was so hard to hit. What a load of nonsense. Again and again, this gets pulled out by boxing people. It shows you how idiotic boxing people are. They repeat what they're told, like normies, right? They said, he was so hard to catch, so they called him the Ghost because he was so elusive. That's such a load of nonsense. He was called the Ghost because he's a white boy. So every time you go to a tournament, he might be the only white guy in the division. They'd be, hey, white boy. Hey, who's got the Ghost? Who's got the Ghost? Who's going to fight the Ghost? Who's going to knock out the Ghost? And that's why I became the Ghost. You feel me? Okay. But, yeah, I guess you got your own back when he's knocking out Jermaine Taylor. Yeah, Jermaine Taylor, who's punch drunk now, by the way. But, yeah, so... Caleb Plant would have got the same stick. But he you can go two ways. Like some people, right? It's quite weird. Some people, like, the people that persecuted them, they actually want to be part of it. It's like a kind of psychological thing. Well, you know what? I want to show that I could be as good as them. And so I think that was Caleb's thing. I'm going to show that these dudes been ripping me. Not only can I fight and give what is called Charlo a slap, but I can get a hot piece of Team Light. Yes. So he married... He married Jordan. He's got a kid now. He was like Muhammad Ali's, some of Muhammad Ali's grandsons. They're like 25% black and the rest white, really. But who else was there in boxing? Sonny Edwards. So Sonny Edwards obviously wasn't or a driller, but he said he liked Ghanaian women, were his favourite women. I don't know if he's gone out with a Ghanaian. I never seen it. He keeps stuff a bit more quiet now, but his baby mother is a Lighty as well. She's a Lighty. She's quite attractive Lighty, especially for a miniature brother like Sonny. But he moved on. So he moved on to other chocolate. But now I think he's got a Brazilian girl. He got a Brazilian girl. Took her out to Saudi. Which is interesting. So he's moved on to Brazilian. Maybe he's going to go lighter and actually get a white girl. But he did say, if you ever see me with a girl who's white, it's part of my family. Which is both, I don't care, which is both a bit odd thing to say. I don't care, he said what he wants, but he must have some white friends. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He can only hang out with breaders like Lyndon. And a huge brother that intimidated Anthony Fowler, 6'9" he was. I wonder who that is. Richard Towers or someone probably. Yeah. So Sonny's not got a Lighty at the moment. He got a Brazilian, like Latina. She's quite attractive. So good up. Well done, Sonny. I bet Sonny spit some good game, mate. Maybe Sonny spat some game. Yeah, bro, I'm a world champion. Well, ex. Or I don't know. Whenever he picked her up, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, spit some lyrics, and like I said. People don't understand this, but all around the world, it's only like the haterism that appears in the media, right? And make white people, white males are disgusting. No one's interested in them. Oh, they're weak. They're this, that. Listen, blood. You go around the world, bro, and you're a white male. I mean, maybe not in Black America or Black Britain or not in Jamaica, places like that, right? But you go to Africa, you go to Brazil, you go anywhere in the Far East, India, you're a white man, you rule, blood. Yeah. And you don't even have to have an 8-inch Courier BWC, but yeah, so Sonny, chirps up his Brazilian lady, so good on him. But like I said, she's not lighty, she's more Latin looking. Latin looking, so dark, but palish with a tan. Yeah, and then there's David Greenblatt, aka David Diamante. Now, so he got some Lighty as well, and he used it after Triple B exposed him for being a lying scumbag about his fake tunnel crash. I looked, the records are kept on all New York for crashes. I looked on the day his crash happened, allegedly. There were no crashes in the Brooklyn Bridge. And of course there weren't, because you don't lose an arm, do you, and come straight back from it. Oh, I was hurt so badly. I mean, that was the other way. That's the second time he's lied. The first time he lied, he said his arm came off, and they reattached it. No joke. And 3 days later, he's calling Brooklyn Nets game. That's impossible. That's nonsense. You're a liar. Yeah? Just like when you say you're 6'9", you're a liar. Right? At least Tyson's close to 6'9". He's 6'7", so when he lies, you give it to him. But Greenblatt, I don't know what he is, like 6'3", 6'4", but he's 6'9" allegedly. Maybe with his huge, disgusting, stinking dreadlocks. Maybe that picks him up to 6'6" or something. But no 6'9", blood. And so Greenblatt lied about the Brooklyn crash, and he deliberately released the video, right? He had an operation, that's all it was. He released a video with his Lighty on it, or Insta, and a few videos with his team Lighty. Oh, she's always with me. And you can see in her face, oh, I don't like this line, but, I've got to run with it because I love Greenblatt. And, and he showed his back, which had a couple of little staples in them or something. But he was saying, oh, I have to learn to walk again. And then he shows some pictures of a couple of little staples when he's turning his back without a problem. And look, if you're so bad, you might be able to walk again. You're not just turning around and showing off your injuries. He had some small back surgery. That's all he had. But to make it better, he turned it into some crash, which is a proven lie. A proven lie. Scumbag. Yeah, so he's got a lie, but some people say Greenblatt, well, that doesn't count because Greenblatt is not really a cracker. He's not really a white cracker, Greenblatt, is he? He's from the tribe. And I don't think the tribe consider themselves to be crackers, to be honest with you, even if they're white skinned. So I don't know if David Greenblatt should be included, but I'm gonna include him anyway. Anyway, his soulful guy. He got dreadlocks. His heart is black, if you know what I'm saying. In more ways than one. Yeah. And then, so I mean that's just off the top of my head. Oh, and then I see Bret Hitman Hart. I mean, this is WWE, right? Back in the day, his brother died and stuff, I think. Owen Hart, right? He fell off. I've tried to find some footage, but there is some footage, but you won't be able to find it. You won't be able to find it. It was probably on the WWE, they've got it. This was an early event anyway, so it wasn't filmed live, and they weren't, it isn't the days before everyone had a camera. Maybe no one was, it would have been filmed by the TV cameras, but I think probably there's one copy probably under the ownership of WWE for show, because you don't destroy stuff like that, right? But anyway, Bret the Hitman Hart. So he's also he's been married, man, to his lady for 24 years, bruv. I think, the funny thing is, white man and Team Lighty, that's clergy plan stuff. We all know it's clergy plan stuff. You got peeps rubbing their hands when they see it. And you'll notice in adverts they push this quite a lot as well, right? Because they're trying to change the way people act. It's called social conditioning. You get me? But having said that, if you got a light in a white male, they seem to make it last. So that's better. That's better than most people, I guess. But yeah. I was thinking also about Muhammad Ali, the nonce. The guy who used to rump up 12-year-old girls. Well, grape, it should be called graping. 12-year-old girls when he was 30, and several, not just one. One of his ex-wives. When his ex-wives revealed it. Now, of course, because people are hypocrites, they won't go, if a man in the street was like that, they go, that's disgusting. Murder him. He should be he should be euthanized. He should be killed. No, not. Oh, Muhammad Ali. He probably, maybe it's his culture. Oh, maybe the girl wanted it because he was so famous. He started making excuses for that thing. I went in the pub the other day, and some guy was saying, "Oh, well, it's not a big deal if a girl reaches puberty. A man he goes, some cultures do it." I'm like, whoa, what? And he goes, and in the 70s, it happened all the time with pop stars. I said, yeah. What, with people like Jimmy Savile? So that's okay, is it? And I'm like, what's wrong with this person, man? Anyway, blood clot. But so Muhammad Ali, used to bang 12-year-olds, but he also, he said, oh, I don't want no disgusting mixed race kids. He said, this is his own words, by the way. These are his own words. I don't want no mixed, half white things with kinky hair, and I want proper, black. I mean, it's a bit hypocritical because his granddad was Irish American. And he was light himself. He's a team light. Muhammad Ali is a team light, basically. And he married quite light girls. So he had these kids. And one of his girls married a white guy. A white. Yeah, so, Muhammad Ali's daughter, Rashida Ali, okay, married what did you call Robert Walsh. Now I look at the picture, I'm like, yeah, damn, Robert, man, that's some conk blood. Yeah, I don't think he's well known enough to have a Wikipedia, but I'd certainly be checking the early life. But Walsh is like I suppose it's a Anglican, from the British Isles, isn't it? Walsh, I suppose it comes from Welsh, yeah, or maybe it's an Irish name. But yeah, I get some tribal vibes here, if you know what I'm talking about. And yeah, Ali, there's pictures of Ali with Biagio. So Rashid had 2 sons with Robert, right? Biagio, which suits him because he looks really Italian. He looks like an Italian Chad, to be honest. He's done modelling and stuff. He was an American football star. Now he does MMA. But the other one is a lot uglier. He's called Nico Ali Walsh, and he's inherited his dad's big conch. And he's really white, really, really, really pale, but also quite ugly. Both of them, I believe, but certainly Nico is openly converted to Islam, and talks about BLM and stuff. Because I guess obviously his granddad's Muhammad Ali, right? But also it's probably quite weird for him to find his identity. I'm Muhammad Ali's grandson. Well, you can't be. You're white. You're white, right? And I imagine that you find one way or another. You lean one way. I mean, even Biagio has an Arabic tattoo, and Nico's got loads of tattoos, including Arabic ones. And I'm like, these. So you idiots, man. Tattoos are strictly haram in Islam, and you've had them after you became Muslims. So there's no excuse. Oh, I got them when I was I got them when I was a kafir, but no, he got them when he was Islamic. So, he doesn't even know his own script's blood. So, what he's done is haram. Yeah. So anyway, but like I said, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know who they got in their bed, but it'd be interesting to know. They're the only 2, I think, kids of Rashida and Robert Walsh. There's no girls, but if they had a girl, I bet you can guarantee 100%, if Biagio and Nico had a sister, a Team Lighty sister, you know who she'd be going out with, the white quarterback Chad. Believe that. And that's it, man. Ultimately, Yaqub got his revenge, man, with the evil white devils he created on Patmos.